Women are finding out that men actually watch and listen, that men are paying attention, that men are not just going to date you because they find you attractive anymore. You have to have qualities. You can't be no sugar baby. You can't be out here dealing with men like Diddy and being unapologetic about it, saying that you like golden showers, but then immediately taking it back when you realize that the jig is up.
Diddy is feeling the repercussions, as we have been talking about ever since Cassie filed the lawsuit.
Oh my God, I would have lost it.
No, see, listen, you
I
know.
would have.
The streets are saying Diddy is shipped chilly young Mami is spilling all the tea on him, and it's about to get real messy up in here. Social media is blowing up with the buzz around these explosive revelations. Team has his shade room. Everybody's talking about it. Young Mami ain't holding nothing back. She's coming with the receipts and ready to expose Diddy's secrets. This scandal about to be juicier than a Georgia peach. In July, Diddy's team is scrambling to do damage control, but it might be delayed. In this video, we going to break down everything Young Mami is saying, and trust, it's some shocking stuff. Celebrity drama don't get no better than this. Y'all going to be sipping this tea for days. Let's get into it.
I believe what he paid for.
What do you mean by what he paid for? Oh, you mean the 30? Okay, you talking about the settlement that happened the next day.
Right.
So everything that was in the lawsuit.
I don't know all the things that were said, but you're not gonna pay for nothing that you didn't do. So whatever he paid for in that lawsuit, I believe.
You know, in the paperwork, it says that he was addicted to painkillers and ecstasy. Have you ever seen anything like that, or when you were around him?
I knew he was addicted to painkillers, because after that that incident with Kim, he used to have this little white guy he used to meet, or he would have the drivers go get the pills that he was addicted to from this little white guy who was selling him them opioids.
Why do you think it took so long for people to come out and say something?
Like I said before, I don't think it took so long. It took somebody with celebrity status who had a legal team that was willing to go to war for her in order to get some justice for her in a compensation matter in a civil suit. I believe there is a lot of guys, a lot of people in that industry that have done things, and people can't get lawyers to go to bat for them.
Yeah, there's been a long list of other celebrities since this happened that it came out, and a lot of other celebrities started to get sued. You know, what do you think about that list? And, you know, is there anything there that you've heard about?
Well, I've heard about a couple of things, but you got to realize is that it's what they can prove. You know, like with this Weinstein thing. You know, Weinstein. Just take Jimmy Iovine for example. Jimmy Iovine got a lawsuit, but you don't see it on the news. Why? Why you don't see it on the news? People have been coming out saying things that he said that he did to them, but because his publicists and the people that be is not allowing that to go down on him. Puff did some things to some powerful people that they're calling in their friends and everything, and everybody's taking their hands off of him. So now he's no longer the altar boy, and he's not in their club anymore. Did you hear him on Jimmy Kimmel? He said, yo, I thought we was friends. Jimmy Kimmel knew he wasn't supposed to ask Puff anything about me, but he's not part of the boys club anymore.
You know, this right here is gonna ruin him, man. It's gonna ruin his legacy, everything that he worked for.
He ruined his legacy, brother. People is trying to say like, yo, y'all going after a black man, y'all trying to tear a black man down. No, it's a big difference from a nigga and a black man. He was doing shit to people that he never thought that it would come back at him. Now, if he never did anything to those girls, if those girls was lying, then he would have never settled out. It was a girl that came out, Cam, 2.5 years before Cassie came out, and went on a major platform and told him how he was kicking her, beating her, and made her get rid of 2 kids.
So what exactly pushed Young Mami over the edge to start speaking out on Diddy like this? Well, sources say there's been tension brewing between them two for a minute now. Chila, word on the street is Diddy been playing games, and Young Mami finally had enough. See, their relationship always been a little rocky. 1 minute they all booted up, next minute it's drama. Insider spilling tea that Diddy wasn't always the most faithful. If you catch my drift, Young Mami tried to look past it. But a girl can only take so much disrespect, you feel me? Plus, rumors swirling that money was becoming an issue too. Diddy's pockets deep. But you know how stingy these rich men can get. Young Mami wasn't about to be out here looking crazy while Diddy flaunting his cash. Nah, baby, she said time to secure the bag by any means. And let's keep it real, clout is a hell of a drug. Once Young Mami realized she could get the people talking by putting Diddy on blast, it was a wrap. She saw an opportunity to boost her own fame and couldn't resist. Can't knock the hustle though. But here's the real gag. Apparently this scandal was a long time coming. Young Mami been holding on to some major dirt on Diddy, just waiting for the right moment. Child, you know it's about to be a mess. When receipts start getting pulled out, she ain't exposing him for no reason. Sis got a master plan.
I told this story. They had gave a party on New Year's Eve at Madam C.J. Walker's house, right, in her mansion. And I had my girl, her friend, and it was a big party, New Year's Eve party. I went looking for my girl, and I couldn't find her nowhere. It was crazy. And I'm going in bathrooms, I'm knocking down doors, I'm going through every door in the house, opening doors, people in there, in situations, drinking, the whole 9 yards. I even go outside, it's cold. I'm looking at people's cars, I'm looking at cars and everything like that. Then I finally just go to my car, and she was in there asleep with her girlfriend. You understand? I was wondering what happened. And she said that she was drinking champagne and all of a sudden she got dizzy. So she went to the car. She made it to the car. So I knew those people who was at that party, somebody had the champagne or the orange juice or something. Cause my girl was in the car asleep. Her and her girlfriend, knocked out. And they hadn't been at the party for an hour or two. So it's a possibility that happens a lot, that happened to people.
You know, everything that's happened and came out and all these allegations, you know, where do you see things going from here with Puff? Do you think he's ever going to be able to recover? Do you think he's going to ever get the trust of people again? You know, a lot of people still don't believe it. A lot of people are still like, you know, riding with Puff at this time.
Well, that's okay. And I believe that he may have an opportunity once he gets off the drugs, once he cleans himself up, he may have something to offer. But until he decides that he's not gonna be an addict no more and addicted to the lifestyle that he is, and he was used to. Ain't no insurance company, ain't no company, or nobody gonna ever deal with him. Because now he's a liability.
One thing I've seen a lot of people say was they want to hear from Young Miami.
She's standing by her man. That's what she said, right? I'm standing by my man.
Did she say that? I must have missed it.
Yeah, I think she said that when they was over in London, that she's standing by her man.
That's crazy. I mean, you know, he might not be treating her like that.
I don't know. It's different when a lady says she like to be on, and she's dealing with somebody. That came out her mouth.
Right, I remember.
So you ain't gonna give her what she like?
So she might be actually into all this stuff, or not, you know, not all of it, but some of the stuff that
May not bother her.
It might not bother her, and she might actually like it.
She can go get her a Birkin bag the next day.
So to kind of take it back a little bit before we get out of here, you know, the night the Big passes away, Mason recently came out and said that there was a bunch of bloods outside of his hallway at the hotel. Is there anything to that, or did you say anything like that?
Well, when I got there, it was a few people there that could have been bloods. They had red on and stuff like that, but it wasn't no 70 dudes. When I got there, what Mace saw, I don't know what he saw, but it's 2 occasions I went and got Mace. One time he was in the, I think the Century Club in Cali. During that time, I got him out the Century Club. And then early that morning, when Puff had got on a plane and left Mace, we went and got him and let him, me, some dudes from Black Hands, we went and got Mace. Mace came down, went to his car, and he got up out of there.
Do you know who was in there or what was going on, or?
Bruh, when I was traveling with Black Hands, that's the Black Gorilla family. And Black Hands, when I was traveling with those dudes and rocking with them, they ain't worrying about nobody. We wasn't worrying about nobody. I went to Mace's room, got Mace. Mace came down, got in his car and left. You know, if it was 70 bloods at one time, it's a possibility. You understand? It's a possibility. There was a few guys that was dressed in red that you know, my man them knew, a couple of my dudes knew them, and they were bloods. So, I can't deny what he say he saw or what he did, but when we got there, it wasn't nobody like that.
Gotcha. Okay.
And if you scared, 7 could look like 70.
So you think Minx might have just been scared? I mean, after, you know, Big did just get killed.
You had every right to be. Big just got killed. The guy who got you out there and everything jumps on the first plane smoking and leave you out there, you would feel some kind of way too.
All the shady business, the broken promises, the secrets, young Mami remembered it all. And baby, hell hath no fury like a woman scorned Diddy, might have thought he was untouchable. But young Mami about to humble him real quick. The streets are shook, honey. This drama is just getting started. And the tea is piping hot. Speaking of how Diddy handling all this heat, that man got to be sweating bullets right about now. Grab your cups, girls, because we about to sip on that next.
You know, a black man didn't cuss a dead man's mother out. A black man didn't set his friends up and put them in a situation where they couldn't come home to their families no more. A black man didn't reach back and help the people that helped them make it up the ladder. It was Puffy. You understand? I got tired of Puffy going on different platforms talking about how he loved the people that we was all with, how he loved the people that helped him, when in fact, none of that stuff was true. So my whole thing about it is, man, I appreciate your platform for letting me, voice my opinion. And like I said, opinions like an asshole. Some of these cats out here get paid for their asshole. I get paid to give my opinion.
Yeah, I feel you, man. I mean, yeah, you just on here giving your opinion, man. I mean, you was one of the people that was real close to the situation, so why not?
Thank you, I appreciate that.
So with that being said, right, the last interview me and you did was a day after the raid. And when you look at everything now, man, how you feel about everything? It's been like a week, you knowing Diddy, you being around Diddy. Could you ever imagine that his houses would get raided for sex trafficking?
Bruh, you can't imagine no stuff like that. You understand? You can't think that, because back then, he wasn't Brother Love. He was Puffy. All the way up until he became Diddy. So his behavior over the years has changed. And the behavior that he shows now, and that he has shown by being Brother Love, I couldn't imagine that the police would be raiding him for sex trafficking? Nah, bruh. I couldn't imagine that. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't him back then. He's a totally different person that he became. If you've seen him on other platforms, inviting men to party with him, inviting men to go shopping with him. You understand? That wasn't Puffy. That wasn't Diddy. That was Brother Love and Love.
How you feel about all the people that's wondering why haven't any of Diddy big name friends came out to defend him?
Because either two things that I believe. Either they know some of the stuff is true, either they took part in some of the stuff that happened, or they scared that it may mess up their brand. See, nobody wants to be in contact with anybody that allegedly was sex trafficking. You see what the WWF did to Vince McMahon. Vince McMahon was one of those people that was called for sex trafficking. We don't hear a lot about it because he gave up the company, he did what he was supposed to do, and he became Ghost. But now you see they trying to do the same thing to Puffy. They trying to make him or hip hop the face of sex trafficking, like they was going to do to WWF at one time, because that was a big story. So a lot of his people that know him, a lot of the people that been in those parties and seen probably some unscrupulous shit that went down and was like, ooh, I was there. I hope they don't got me on tape. They feeling a certain way. So they not gonna speak on nothing until they've been approached with something. You gotta realize, when Homeland Security get their evidence together, they're gonna send agents out. You understand? They might send an agent out to me.
Shook ever since Young Mami started spilling that scalding hot tea, Diddy been moving like a man on fire. Sources say he's in full-blown panic mode, pacing back and forth, biting his nails down to the quick. You can practically see the sweat dripping off his forehead now. Why did he so pressed? Because he knows Young Mami got the receipts that could torpedo his whole empire. See, Diddy's image is everything to him. He spent decades crafting this persona of the sweet, untouchable mogul. But baby Young Mami about to snatch that illusion right from under him. Diddy's been scrambling to do damage control, but it's like trying to put out a forest fire with a squirt gun. His PR team working overtime, releasing statements left and right, trying to spin this mess in his favor. But the more they talk, the more Diddy looks shook. Insiders whispering that Diddy's been blowing up Young Mami's phone, begging her to keep quiet. He's throwing out promises, trying to cut deals, anything to keep her from spilling more dirt. But young Mami ain't budging. She knows she got Diddy right where she wants him and the fallout child. It could be catastrophic. Diddy's got deals and endorsements on the line, not to mention his reputation. Industry experts saying this scandal could cost him millions, even billions. And that's just the financial hit. The damage to his street credit immeasurable.
Yo, what do you know? What have you heard? What have you seen? What's been going on? You know what I'm saying? You know, did this happen when you was around him? Did this happen back in the day? That's what they're gonna wanna know. You know what I'm saying? So they're gonna send investigators out. They're gonna send people out for anybody that they can get some information from to help their case. So those celebrities ain't gonna say nothing. You know, you got your man Stevie J speaking on it right now. He'll be one of the first dudes that they'll probably pull to the side and say, yo, well, you say that your man, I heard you on TMZ say that he never did this and he never did that, but ain't this you? If those pictures or those films or anything like that exist. You know what I'm saying? That's what they pay those agents to do. So, of course, I don't believe that none of the people who are his celebrity friends is going to speak or say nothing until they're either contacted or they know what they really got.
So you feel like they might be worried that they might be on tape at one of Diddy parties doing something they wasn't supposed to be doing?
I think that the celebrities that may be worried is because what Lil Rob said. Lil Rob said in his affidavit that Diddy had every room taped and bugged. Diddy had, yo, bro, can you imagine? He had every room taped and bugged, and they found little bugs or little tape recorders. I mean, little those micro projectors or whatever like that, or video cameras. They found them in the house, bro. So by them having those things in the house, and people know there's drugs, there's alcohol, there's loose women, there's loose men, woman on woman, man on man, all kind of crazy shit. Bruh, they just wondering who or when they're gonna let this stuff be known. If it's on videotape.
Yeah, man, I know they gotta be shook, man, after finding out he was recording everything.
But not only celebrities, I don't think it's only celebrities gonna be shook. He had politicians in there. He had princes in there. He also had a couple of preachers in there. Hallelujah. That's crazy.
You personally, you think they got tapes?
Well, my personal opinion that if Lil Rob could be trusted and his statements are true, they got him. They got tapes and stuff.
Yeah, we're gonna see, man. We're gonna see what they got. But speaking of the raid, right? Did you see that viral video of Diddy? He was seen in Miami with Stevie J after the raid. You seen that video?
Yeah, I seen it.
What you think about that?
Well, I go way back when Stevie J first came to Bad Boy after they left Uptown Records and everything like that. And Stevie J and Puff fell out real bad over, it could have been producer credits and the whole 9 yards. But Stevie J didn't F with him until Love and Hip Hop. When Stevie J went to Love and Hip Hop and he became famous from that, Puff called him over there and they had a meeting. And I guess they rekindled their friendship. Because I used to bodyguard Stevie J. And, go to different clubs. I got pictures and everything. Stevie J didn't mess with Puff. you know, until after that Love and Hip Hop thing went down, you know. So now they back cool. What got me about the stuff like that them being back cool, that Stevie J went on TMZ and was speaking up on behalf of Diddy. Now, if anybody I want speaking up behalf of me, or I had anybody speaking up on my behalf, it wouldn't be Stevie J. You understand? I don't think that an individual of his caliber is capable or can be trusted in a way that I would like for him based on his actions on television and who he is as a person, what he has been shown as an individual, is a type of individual that I would have speaking on my behalf. Come on, we know he's a drug abuser. We know that he's been seen putting his hands on women in the wrong way. And I don't know, that shit is crumbling, man. You know what I'm saying? But you know, you can always say this, man. And the infamous words of one of the world's greatest comedians, Richard Pryor, cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Why you say that? Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Because LaRob said that they be doing the liquid cocaine in the bottles, in the Ciroc bottles. We know Stevie J been in countless rehabs back and forth. We know, we've heard of Puff being in rehabs, secretly going to rehabs too. So, my man, when you get on those type of psychotropical, I think it's psychotropical drugs, man, and you start believing your own bullshit, and them two individuals together, man, you know they got to be crazy. Something got to be wrong with when he sit up there and he said that he want to challenge 50. And I don't know much about that clout shit. Him challenging 50 to a fight, and we seen how 50 Cent, we seen how Stevie J fight on Love and Hip Hop and all that other bullshit. Him, Scrappy, him, this other cat. My man, there's no way.
See, in this game, perception is everything, and right now, Diddy looking like a man who can't keep his house in order, folks starting to question his judgment, his character. That's the kind of doubt that can sink an empire. Meanwhile, young Mami Star is rising. She's got the people's attention now, and she knows how to use it. Every revelation, every piece of dirt, it's like gasoline on the fire of her fame. She's playing chess while Diddy playing checkers.
There's no way. He don't want it with 50, bro. That's if that ain't cocaine, the Pope ain't Catholic.
So you feel like 50 Cent would give Stevie J that work?
It wouldn't even be a job. 50 Cent will whoop niggas like Stevie J on the way to a real fight.
You seen 50 fight before?
I ain't never seen 50 fight. I seen some tapes of him get down on that end, but I never seen him fight in person. But I know the demeanor of a man. I was with 50 Cent on a couple of occasions, and one occasion, it was just me and 50 and about probably 6 other dudes that didn't want to get out the car because he was ready to get down. And you could see it in him. You could see he got it in him like that. I'm looking at him. I wrote this shit about this shit in my book. 50 ain't back, he don't back down, bro. And you could see when you know a dude is about it, and got it in him, you could see it in his eyes. You could see it in the way he carry himself. You see how he threw his own man in the bushes, Tony Yayo.
Ain't going down without a fight. He's a master manipulator, and he's got tricks up his sleeve. Don't be surprised if he tries to flip the script, paint young Mami as the villain. It's a classic move, but will it work? Only time will tell. One thing's for sure, though, this drama is far from over, And the whole world is watching, waiting to see how it all plays out. The internet is buzzing with real actions, everybody and their mama weighing in with their dissents.
He got tapes on 50 getting down boxing. I've seen takes on him. You know what I'm saying? I've never seen him in person, as far as fighting. I've been with him in person, but he got it in him, bro.
But yeah, that caught me by surprise because I always knew that Stevie J, he did production for Bad Boy, but I never knew him and Diddy was that close until, as of late, since the raid. So.
No, they was close. Bro, Stevie J and Puff was like pots and pans back in the day. I don't know what happened between them, but something happened on the producing credit side that Stevie J stopped effing with him. And, Stevie wasn't dealing with him at all. He was just doing more stuff for Jodeci than he was Bad Boy.
So after him and Diddy fell out, he started working with Jodeci more. I see. How you feel about the victim of the club shooting? I gotta ask you about this, man. How you feel about her coming out now saying that, Diddy, he shot her and not Shine? How you feel about that?
Well, the way I feel about that, the case is closed, bro. It can't be no double jeopardy. It can't be no retrial because they already had a trial and a man was convicted for her injuries. A man already did time for her injuries. You understand? If they would have to go back and see that if there was ballistic tests done on Jennifer Lopez, on Puffy, God bless the dead, on Wolf, did they do ballistic tests? And then see if they did ballistic tests and Puff had gunpowder on him, you know what I'm saying? Why didn't the police go through with charging him? Why didn't the police charge him? She could say that now, and she said that I don't take nothing from the victim. I don't take nothing from the victim. But her lawyer should have advocated. I know Puff and Shine, they had the same charges. But like I said before, and like Shine said also, Shine said this also, because it's true. Puff had witnesses that come in to testify against Shine and say they saw Shine do the shooting. So her making those statements now, and the case is over with, it's been what? Well, how many years it's been? 15, 20 years? 15, 17, 15. Shine went to jail for 10 years. It was in 99, right? So.
About 23 years, huh?
About 20 some years. Ain't nothing they can do about that, bro. They can't reopen that shit and charge him.
Yeah, I mean, she did say that she, willing to lose an eye for authorities can, remove the bullet fragment from her eye for they can use it as evidence against Diddy. So, I mean, she did say that.
Bruh, I find that shit to be hilarious. How much money would you give for your eye? How much money would you give for your eye? They didn't even say Puff had a gun. They didn't even find, Shine got caught with a gun coming out the club. They didn't catch Puff with a gun on him. They caught a gun in the car. There were 4 people in that car. 1 person is dead. What do you think the lawyer's gonna say? It was his. It was the bodyguard. It was the security. It wasn't Mr. Combs. You understand what I'm saying? So, she willing to lose an eye? And what is the fragment is come from Shine's bullet. Because what happened was, bruh, they shot in the air and things ricocheted and hit. So they never said that Puff was caught or seen with a gun.
Right. Hey, man, I mean, that's what she said, man. But I got to ask you about these new reports, right? How you feel about them saying that, Jennifer Lopez, she was carrying the gun in her purse?
My man, you can't make me believe that. I've been around Ms. Lopez plenty of times. And even though they say Jenny from the block, she didn't rock like that, bro. For real. I've been around Ms. Lopez a few times, more than a few times. You understand what I'm saying? She did not rock like that. She don't get down like that, bro. Not at all. She wouldn't be carrying no gun for no pussy. Not at all. I know that. Yo, I will bet anything on that one, bro. That's right there. That's some internet bullshit.
The internet is in shambles over this Diddy and Young Mami drama. It's like the world done stopped spinning everybody glued to their screens, refreshing feeds like their life depends on it. The hashtags are flying, the memes are multiplying. It's pure chaos out here, fans picking sides like it's a damn civil war. You got the Diddy Defense Squad ride or die swearing their man innocent till proven guilty. Then you got the Young Mami militia ready to riot demanding justice for their queen. And let's not forget the messy mofos just here for the tea, stirring the pot with their hot takes. Meanwhile, celebs are chomping at the bit to get in on the action. You know they live for this kind of scandal, some throwing subliminals, others straight up calling folks out. It's like high school all over again. Everybody gossiping in the cafeteria. But it ain't all jokes and jabs, folks starting to have some real talk about the implication. Diddy's empire looking shaky, sponsors getting skittish, his name ringing bells for all the wrong reasons now. And Young Mami, she's the talk of the town, but not everybody's singing her praises. Some saying she's just clout chasing, using Diddy for fame. The think pieces are rolling and dissecting every angle. Gender dynamic, ICS power imbalances, the dark underbelly of the industry. It's getting deep out here, folks, questioning the whole system, the way we build up and tear down celebrities, and the ripple effects, Chelly, they're going to be felt for years. Diddy's legacy, Young Mami's career, it's all on the line. One wrong move, one more bombshell, and it could all come tumbling down. The pressure is mounting, the stakes getting higher by the minute. But you know the public, they're fickle. Today's scandal is tomorrow's old news, folks. Will move on, find a new obsession. But for Diddy and Young Mami, this is their reality. Now they got to navigate this minefield, try to come out the other side in one piece. It's a cautionary tale, a reminder that fame is a double-edged sword. 1 minute you're on top of the world, the next you're at the bottom of the barrel. And in this digital age where everything is immortalized online, there's no escape from the past. So as the world watches, waits, and wonders, Diddy and Young Mami got to figure out their next move. Will they weather the storm? Will they come out stronger? Or will they crumble under the weight of it all? Only time will tell. But one thing's for sure, this is a drama for the ages, and we're all front row watching it unfold.
So with that being said, right, how exactly did Diddy do Shine wrong when it comes to the case? If you don't mind me asking, break that down.
Well, I believe Diddy did Shine wrong because he told security at the time, and the head of security of his everyday operation was Paul Arthur. If y'all know somebody who was there at the club that witnessed the shooting, go find them. People was found by security and the street team and brought in to Puff. When Puff liked their story, what they saw, he gave it to their lawyer. Their lawyer then sent them to the DA's office, and those people testified against Sean. They had the same charges. So they separated lawyers. They had separate lawyers, and everything went on Sean because Diddy found the witness against Sean and brought him forward. So I guess that's how you do your man when you don't want to go to jail. That's what happened, bro. Sean said it in the whole interview. On that documentary that Sean did from jail, he spoke about that, but he forgave him.
If that was you, would you forgive him?
Man, I wouldn't, bruh. I'm not into forgiving. That's for Christ. That's what Jesus is for.
Do you personally believe Diddy should have did some time?
I think if Sean did time and they had the same case, if they had the same case and Diddy wouldn't have found those witnesses against Sean, they all would have went to jail. But because Diddy had, I think his name was Braxton, Jewish lawyer, and Johnny Cochran, he was able to separate himself from the crime that was committed. So do I feel like he should have went to jail? I wasn't on the jury. But had he not found those witnesses to go against Sean, he would have been in somebody's jail.
Yeah, I feel you. But I want to ask you, right, how you feel about some of these news outlets reporting that, Jennifer Lopez, she was talking about Diddy when she said in her new documentary that she was in an abusive relationship?
I personally don't believe it was Diddy.
The future of Diddy and Young Mami is the question on everybody's mind. Right now, the streets are saying this scandal could make or break both of them. For Diddy, he got to do some serious damage control. If he wants to keep his empire afloat, we might see him laying low for a minute trying to let the heat die down. But he ain't going out like no punk. Expect some big moves from Diddy, maybe a tell-all interview or a major business deal to change the narrative. As for Young Mami Chili, she's riding this wave all the way to the top. She's got the people's attention now, and Smart Money says she's going to milk it for all its worth. Don't be surprised if we see her dropping a diss track or a juicy memoir, spilling even more tea. But she better watch her back too in this game. Today's hot gossip is tomorrow's old news. She got a strike while the iron's hot. Secure her bag before the hype dies down. One thing's for sure, though, this drama is far from over. And like that old saying, those where there's smoke, there's fire. Who knows what other skeletons might come tumbling out of Diddy's closet. This could just be the tip of the iceberg, so buckle up because the Diddy and Young Mami saga is just getting started, and it's going to be a wild ride. And if you thought this tea was hot, wait till you see what 50 Cent just spilled about Diddy's freaky affairs with these famous rappers. That the video you got to watch next to get the full picture.